What's up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and oh my lord, I am taking a look at our boy DSP's late night stream of One Piece, whatever the hell it is. I don't care. I'm not a big fan of those video games, but I wanted to watch it because, of course, it was a new release, and our boy was playing the 10-hour demo to see if the den heads were willing to cash out and give him some money and see if it was worth him asking one of his den heads to buy it. And of course, it did not work out that well. It was an utter garbage fest. His chat was in revolt. They basically hated the game. And Phil just went on a non-stop begging spree. Every 10 minutes it was, oh, well, I like the game, but I need engagement, I need support, I need buy-in. And he went and he reverted yet again to his old form of just begging. So let's watch this poop show and see how things go. And of course, let's always make fun of Phil.
So, ladies and gents, 2 hours of interactive fun here tonight. Let's jump into this game for the very first time and see if it's any good. I hope it is, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. And you're by the end of tonight, I hope we're all waiting for Friday, like with anticipation, to see the meat of the game actually begin, right?
Spoiler alert: that didn't happen.
So, tonight, any contribution, any support, anything you could do for the stream tonight would be greatly appreciated. Simply liking the stream helps for engagement, lets more people know that I'm playing the game. And if we hit 100 likes, I'll do a celebratory bubble blow for all of you.
By the way, Resident Evil was an utter flop. Our boy Phil barely got to the tier 1 tip goal and was able to wear the and actually didn't even wear the gunner glasses. He stalled, and at the very last minute, some anonymous denthead tipped $8 to get him through the threshold. But that was not the case tonight. Tonight, it was a different story. Let's watch.
Super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships, tips would all be appreciated. Earlier today, I played Resident Evil 1 Remake. We didn't finish it, so we're going to do a conclusion of that this coming Saturday night. But that stream, for whatever reason, was a little bit on the slower side of support. If you're here to chill with me and enjoy One Piece, it would be great if you could support the stream. That's how I make my living. And, right now, considering I just started a Need for Speed Unbound playthrough that's demonetized on YouTube because of all the music in it, any support would be greatly appreciated. Thank you in advance, everyone.
Yeah, I want to reiterate that again. He talks out of both sides of his mouth. Yesterday on his pre-stream podcast, on his podcast, he was talking about the issue with YouTube not counting views and how it doesn't impact him, and he creates curated content for specific, he creates what we like to call gourmet content for the den heads that have, particular tastes. And of course, he was bragging how his model works. He doesn't have to depend on anyone. He doesn't have to depend on YouTube. And yet, with the very same breath, later on he talks about how he wants his den heads to give him money and tip him because he's making no money on ad revenue because that Need for Speed playthrough is being claimed, right? You can't have it both ways, Phil. You can't go on a 20-minute segment and talk about how your business model deflects what YouTube does to you, right? And then with the very same breath, a few minutes later, say you need extra money from your dents because you're not getting any ad revenue. It's one or the other. It can't be both. And I'm telling you this right now, just from my perspective, ad revenue isn't the greatest. It's not what it used to be back in the day, but it's still good. A streamer who puts out good content can actually make a decent living off of ad revenue.
Also, I would like to remind you all, I'm not here tomorrow. Tomorrow is my day off. So don't come by DSP Gaming tomorrow looking for streams. If you're looking for anything on demand, all the videos will be here. I urge you to get caught up on many different things. I mean, just this week, we wrapped up games such as God of War Ragnarok and Pokemon Scarlet. And then Sunday were my Game of the Year awards, as well as my most disappointing games countdowns. Give them a look if you have not had a chance yet. Hope that you'll enjoy them on my day off. And when I come back on Thursday, we're going to do another stream of Need for Speed Unbound and kind of make the decision if we're going to continue with that game or not. We're also going to do some Warzone Thursday night. Friday is going to be the first major stream of One Piece Odyssey during the daytime, so this will be the continuation of the playthrough. And then Friday night, the return of Friday Night Fights. Oh, look, he's not out. He's right there. Oh my god, these two are going to fight now because they're always rivals, right? Oh, really? Oh, yeah, Derek, I'll ban them then. He says that basically this person's trolling and trying to do personal stuff. No problem. They're out of here. Fuck them. You always tell me about stuff like that. I'll take care of it. Okay. Stop fighting.
Yet again, apparently now, Derek has realized that he can weaponize the chat, and if anyone even remotely says anything to him or about him, he starts running and screaming to his daddy, DSP, and DSP bans him. For no reason. I was checking out the chat. The guy, I believe someone was razzing him about WWE and how much he talks about wrestling. And apparently, the 16-year-old mouth drooler who goes on Twitter and posts, some very nasty stuff. The boy has problems, and I'm not going to get into what it is, but most people know what it is. And Phil has to defend them. And, I don't know what it is. I really think Phil's maternal or fatherly instincts are kicking in, being that he's 40 and maybe, it's natural to have those fatherly instincts. And I guess he's now adopted Derek as his son, being that they have so much in common, like WWE champions, wrestling, and, the other thing. Remember the incident? They have that in common as well.
Cooper, you said the game sucked before I started playing it, so you can just keep your opinions to yourself since you're going to be a negative jerk. Thanks.
I love how he asks for feedback. He always asks for engagement and feedback, and just because one person says he doesn't like the game, Phil has to chew him out, essentially. Chew him out. These are the things, Phil, that people point out, like me, that I pointed out, that show you to be such thin skin. You're such a thin-skinned person. And we all know why it bothers you that someone says they don't like a game, because you see that as, well, if one person doesn't like it, maybe it'll start catching on in the chat, and other people start saying they don't like it, and eventually it'll hurt your pocket. You won't get the tips. What you don't realize that if a game is bad, a game is bad. And if your playthrough is bad, your playthrough is bad. It doesn't matter what people say or feel or whether they verbalize whether the game sucks. It still sucks. And this game sucks. I mean, the game doesn't suck. The game's okay. I don't mind. I've played a couple of these games. They're okay. But you just make it intolerable. And you know how I know you make it intolerable? Because when your streams are boring and you're not getting any tips, you always fall back on scat humor. And that's what you did during this whole playthrough. Everything was a butt joke. Everything was a poop joke. And usually that shows a sign that you don't know how to handle the content and actually pump out a good stream.
Okay, that's right. The girl stole his hat. And that I'm not shocked at. So, okay, cool. All right, everyone. So, we are basically halfway through tonight's demo stream of One Piece Odyssey. I hope that you're all enjoying it. It seems like a lot of people are enjoying it. They're either loving it, they think like the color and the style. Now, if you guys are enjoying, if you have to think long term, this is 50 hours. It won't last that many streams. Vocal minority steering you down the wrong path. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, if you guys are enjoying the stream tonight, thank you for being here and chilling with me. Many ways you can support it tonight. You give the stream a like. Right now we're at 70-some likes. We always aim for 100 during every stream. We hit 100 likes tonight. That would be great. I would do a silly little bubble blow for you guys if we hit that. Super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships, tips, all appreciated. Again, this is my last stream of the week. Earlier today, sadly, we did have a slower stream with Resident Evil. It would be great if we could have a nice, great, strong finish to the week tonight. So any contributions, greatly appreciated. And any support, thank you in advance. Let's get into the second hour. Okay. Okay, so let's continue on, everyone, into the real meat of the game, I feel. Like, I think this is what it's really going to be once we get into it. Yeah, very important. Keep the rear guarded. By the way, you guys didn't even tell me we got 100 likes. Why didn't anyone say anything? We got 100 likes on tonight's stream, so that means that it's time for a celebratory bubble blow. How the heck did you guys keep that a secret? All right.
They kept it a secret because your chat was super dead and boring. You barely had any viewers there. It was just dead, and you made it super boring. And the issue is that when someone says, hey, this game is boring, you snap at them and call them a jerk and tell them to keep their opinions to themselves. And then you sit there and wonder, why? Why is no one engaging? Why is no one talking? Why is no one mentioning Bubbles? Remember the last time someone mentioned Bubbles over and over again? What ended up happening? Remember your little rant, bubbles, 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 and you threatened never to blow bubbles again? Remember that, Phil? That's probably why nobody brought up the stupid bubbles.
Let's do a celebratory bubble blow for you guys. Here we go. Some big chunky bubbles on that one. Okay. Again, if you guys are having a good time tonight, I would really appreciate it if you could support the stream in any way. The likes are great. The more likes, the better. But also things like super chats, tips, memberships are appreciated. Again, that is how I make my living. That's why you see no ads, no product placements, or anything like that in my gameplay. If you're watching this on demand on YouTube, again, be sure if you're enjoying yourselves, please like the video. Please leave comments. Let me know what you think of this playthrough so far, okay? Let's see here. All right, Mateo, have a good night. Haseo says, what do you think the max level will be? Well, we started at level 40. I would think maybe like anywhere from between like maybe 80 to 100. You know, typically a lot of these games go to level 99, and that's it. Then again, it looked like they had all their abilities at 40, so maybe it would be like 50. I'm not sure. Barely Legal did a super chat, said, I'm really enjoying this stream. I'm glad to hear that, Barely Legal. Again, it's a game for a certain style. If you like Japanese anime or manga, or if you like One Piece, or if you like JRPGs, you'll like this game for sure. But it's for a certain group of people. It's definitely not for everyone, and I know that. So I hope that those people who like it will tune in. I have no idea why I can't spell your name, by the way. There we go. And I hope those people who like it will tune in and support it, for sure, because I'm liking it so far. Okay, we have to fight this thing. You guys know me, I like JRPGs. This would be a nice chill playthrough that we could balance with other things for variety. But here's the thing, there's two factors in this. Factor number one, I need to have buy-in from my audience. And what I mean by that is, this is definitely not going to bring in giant numbers every time I play it. All right, we played the demo tonight. We had roughly 300 people. We're actually losing some right now because I finished playing. I'm okay with a playthrough that will have 200 to 300 people every time I play it, as long as people will be engaged and support that playthrough. If I play this and it's basically dead, yeah, it's not going to work. Especially because it's a $60 game. And now, by the way, we know the main story is 20 to 30 hours long, but it's a JRPG with side content, which means it would probably be 40 or more hours to do the playthrough, right? So it has to be something that we understand is going to have, a lengthy amount of gameplay. And again, I feel a game like this is a good balance, and it's an opportunity for chill fun. This is not going to be a game that's going to be like, oh my god, every time I play it, there's insane amounts of action and stuff going on. It's for fans of One Piece and fans for chill, turn-based JRPGs. That's what it's for. I would compare this, if you remember last summer, I played Final Fantasy VII. I would compare this to that kind of a playthrough. That's exactly the kind of playthrough it would be for those who are ready to chill and ready to have fun. Right now, we've got like a 50-50 split on the stream. Some people really like these, and some people hate it. Some people are like, wow, great game. And others are like, wow, this is boring. And that's the thing with JRPGs. They are always causing this kind of division in my audience. There's always a group of people who love it and want to see it. And there's always a group of people who are like, nah, we just want other action-based things or whatever. So understand what I want to know, and I'm curious because we have a few days to make this decision. I mean,
I can't stand when Phil plays these stupid games because he's so he's not fooling anyone. Be honest, Phil. The only reason why you're okay, so this rant is about 7-8 minutes long, him complaining, right? The only reason why he's talking about this is because he got low tips. He ended up getting like $25 or whatever it was for a total in the whole stream. That is the reason why he is complaining about this. That is the reason why he's harping on the fact that his chat is split or whatever. How many other games has he played where he only received 100 to 150 people per stream, but he got enough support where he was okay with it? How many playthroughs? How many of those Skyrim playthroughs got 150, 200 people, but he at least got to the tier 1 tip goal, and he didn't really complain much about it. But now that he wants to play this game, and he didn't get the money on a what did he call it? The premiere stream of it. He only made $20-something on it. He's now up in a tizzy and worried, oh my god, what if I buy this and pay the full price and no one sees it, no one gets it, and I commit? It's just a whole bunch of just baloney. Seriously, Phil, just play the damn game or don't play it. don't go through this rigmarole where you're like, oh, I need consensus and stuff like that. No, you don't need consensus, Phil. What you need is tips. That's what you need. And if people aren't going to support it, like you like the claim, just don't play it. Just move on with something else. Move on with something else. Don't spend 2 or 3 days trying to get people on your chat to say, yeah, we'll support it, right? So then when they don't, you can fall back and blame them and complain and bitch and basically say, oh, you guys said you were going to support it, but you didn't. And just hold that over to the hold it over their heads, as some type of punishment, that they lied to him. You know what I mean? And it's just nonsense, Phil. Okay, you're showing your true colors yet again. You're going back. You're reverting back to your original form of just begging and just pleading. And today was that all nonstop. Every other 20 minutes, it was you begging for money, begging for support. That's essentially what it was. And today, when you barely made $65 in total, and today's your day off, and you need money for God knows what for your WWE Champions addiction. And don't forget, he wasted $1,400 this weekend playing WWE Champions. Now that he's financially tight and needs some money, and he didn't get that today, he's now up in arms and concerned and worried and so on. And by the way, this is the second week of the year, and you can technically, after the second week, Phil starts seeing a slowdown in support. He's actually hitting that earlier. So, typically by around the 1450, he's still getting pretty good support. You haven't been seeing that lately. So, Phil, you are tracking to have a worse 2023 than you had a 2022.
I want to play this. I really do. But take a look at tonight. I mean, just be honest. Engagement was pretty good. Support, not good. It was a slow night. All right? I can't commit to a 40 to 50 hour playthrough of One Piece Odyssey where everyone just complains every time I play it, it's boring, and then no one will show up, engage, or support. All right? And that sucks. So I'll tell you right now, 100%, I want to play it. I like it. I want to.
Then play it. Just play it. What it is you have this OCD-ness, I guess, about you that if you start a playthrough, you have to finish it. We know that's not true. And the only reason why you're complaining about it is that if you start playing it and you have to commit, 40 or 50 hours to it, if you don't commit that time because people aren't supporting it, everyone's going to say you rage quit it or you wage quit it, which was what I will call it. So, Phil, if money is your biggest concern and that's what you worry about, Phil, then just go all in and just worry about money and basically say you're not going to play it or you may quit it in midway if people don't pay you to play it. That's just simple. More people would respect you and probably not hound you as much if you were honest.
Play it. And I know I would really... I could pair this to Final Fantasy VII, the Dragon Quest 11, was 11? Whatever the last Dragon Quest was that we played. That's what I'm comparing it to. I know it would be those kind of playthroughs. I would absolutely enjoy it. I know for a fact I would. But the question is, are people going to actually support it and show up and engage in it? Or am I going to get half an audience who always shows up and complains? And if that's the case, then there's no point, And I know, same thing happens with games like Octopath Traveler and things over the years. Oh, why did Phil skip it? This is exactly why. Because it's not for my whole audience. And
more proof that Phil plays games solely based on what he believes will give him the maximum money. That's what he just said right now. He said it before, and it's just additional proof that that's the case.
I know that. Okay? So, I leave it to you, the audience. Those live on stream are already venting or sharing their opinions in chat. For those who are watching this on demand on YouTube, I need your opinions as well. Please leave comments. Let me know. What do you think? Would you actually show up, engage and support in this playthrough? Is this your cup of tea, or do you not like it? The thing is, I would hope that if I had that audience, I've had an audience for games like this before. Like I said, Dragon Quest 11, Final Fantasy 7, I've had an audience for this before who came and engaged and supported and made those playthroughs awesome. I would love to keep playing this game, but I need that buy-in. Now I buy it, and then, the first 2 streams I play it, it's half dead, and, that's not good. So we have to see what happens. I'll take your feedback over the next few days. All right, and let's see what you guys want. The thing is, at this point, I'm not playing any other turn-based games. Will we be playing?
All right, folks, you guys get the gist of it. He goes on for another 5 minutes just complaining about the same thing. Oh, my Lord. So I expect him to complain about this tomorrow on his podcast. He'll probably spend another 15 minutes ranting and raving about low support and, he needs support and buy-in and so on. So I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes back of your life. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.